Hey guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and I thought today I could do a quick walking vlog. This is actually to Brian over at Papa Squirrel. He created Tarot Vlogmas 2021, and he has a question for each of the 31 days in December, all relating to tarot. And I decided, since this time of year is kind of busy, I'm going to combine some of the days. So I'm actually going to do days 1 through 5. So the very first question we have is, which major arcana card do we relate to the holidays, or which one seems more holiday-ish, I guess? And actually, I brought all my cards. They're in my pocket. So let's see, which way do we go? You know what? Let's go out this way. I'm gonna pass more apartments, but who cares? Anyway, so the very first card I have here, this is actually the Death card in the As Above deck. It was like a double decker. It was the As Above, So Below. And so this was considered the As Above deck. So this one actually does say Yule on it, but even if it didn't have this pagan depiction, I still think that the Death card does represent the holiday season, because we're kind of in a big transitional phase. Things have slowed down, and we're getting ready to start a new cycle, start something new. And so I do feel that the major arcana card that best represents the holiday season is the Death card. Also, it's a letting go of things. You know, we're bringing in all these new gifts that we get from people, and that we're giving to people, and we got to make space in our houses and everything. So it's a release, you know, both of our physical possessions, but also like of mindsets and things like that. So yeah, all right. I just like am keeping a lookout just to make sure I don't have a bunch of people looky-loos. Anyway, okay, so then we go into the minor arcana. So for the minor arcana, the card that I think best represents the holidays is actually the Nine of Pentacles, and this is actually in the Green Witch Tarot. But the Nine of Pentacles to me represents stuff, because it's pentacles, right? And feeling grateful for all the stuff. But not just that, to me it's just a feeling of abundance as a whole. So whether you receive lots of actual physical gifts, you know, it's kind of like this feeling in this card here where the family is like just pretty smitten watching their kids and thinking of all the things, people, situations, memories that they have, and feeling good about it. And to me, that's what the holidays represents, is just being reminded of not just like the physical stuff we have, but like all of the other things. So there we go, Nine of Pentacles. And I'm just kind of looking in my pocket here. All right, so our favorite card in the tarot deck. Let me see, maybe walk back here. My favorite card, as many of you guys know, is the Strength card. Not just for physical strength, but because this embodies us facing our shadows, facing our own demons, having the fortitude, you know, to move forward in that, to be able to do the shadow work, to be able to quiet the ego and listen to our higher selves. This is also being able to create boundaries, stand your ground. And although I wouldn't say I'm completely the Strength card, this is something that I strive for, and this is something that I try to help other people with in their own lives, is to help them achieve their own strength, their own personal strength, their spiritual strength, mental strength, emotional strength, physical strength too, as a personal trainer, you know, in here. So that is one of my favorite cards in the deck. Okay, as for least favorite, let's pull this out here. Boom, the Seven of Swords. Do you see this shiesty figure here? This is actually in the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Just gorgeous deck, all the shiny things. Magpie. Anyway, the Seven of Swords is, gosh, it's people doing shiesty things behind your back. It's also yourself doing shiesty things behind your own back, where your ego brain deceiving you, making you think you're no good, or trying to self-sabotage, those types of things. But also, like I said, people trying to be passive aggressive, going behind your back, not being honest, all of that. Ugh. Honesty is like a huge thing for me. That's like one of my pet peeves, is when people just aren't honest. So be honest about who you are and your intentions and what it is that you want. It may not be the same things that I want, and that's great, but at least it's all in the open. So yeah, Seven of Swords, not really my fave. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and sit down on the little curb here, without crushing the cards that are in my pocket. Okay, so the very last question then was, for day 5, what are our divination obstacles, our challenges, our divination challenges? And I would say that anytime I come across a challenge when it comes to like reading cards, or I do bone readings and conjumancy readings as well, or my scrying sessions, or even when I do my mediumship. Any times I've run into a problem with that is when my ego gets in the way. My ego gets in the way when I have too much involvement in the situation. So let's say, for instance, and this really doesn't have to deal with clients, because for the most part I don't know who these people are. And that's a good thing. The less I know about a person, I think the better I can read for them. But let's say, I'm reading for a best friend and they have a question, for the most part I can read just fine. But let's say they're going through something. I know exactly what they're going through because we're going through it together. And then I'm trying to read cards in the situation because I'm in it. Sometimes if I'm not grounded enough, I'm not saying I can't, it's impossible, but if I'm not grounded enough and I've let my ego mind take over and I've let myself become overly emotional, it's really hard for me to get a clear picture, an objective picture of what's going on, because my ego plays into it, and it's like the outcome that I want to see in the cards. Because you can make the cards, you can see it the way you want, of course, but I don't want to read that way. I don't want the cards to say just what I want them to say. I want it to be from my higher self. I want it to be the truth, whether I like it or not. So oftentimes in those situations, I'll have to do like some deep meditation before I do those readings. But yeah, that's really the only time I've ever run into challenges, because I've done readings where I've had stuff going on in my own life, and for the most part, I'm pretty good at shutting that stuff off and keeping that separate, so that it never involves how I do my reading for the people that I read for. I'm solely focused on them, and I can always put my personal life to the side, no matter how crappy it may be. I've been in some pretty deep stuff, but it's actually been helpful to be able to shut my mind off and shut all of that junk off for a second and focus on healing and helping somebody else. To me, that's beneficial to me. So yeah, as far as a challenge, it's usually when I'm reading for friends or family and I have a definite stake in what's going on. I think my ego tends to get in the way. So, but I'm aware of it. So oftentimes I'll say, you know what, I can't do the reading at this time. I need to take a little break. And I'll usually have somebody else who doesn't have any involvement in it and be like, I need you for a reading. But yeah, so that's it. Those are my answers for day 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I guess that would end us on a Sunday. All right, so I actually have some muddy apple cider that I'm making right now. So I'm going to get back to the apartment, continue making that. Maybe I'll post that here on YouTube, the picture of my delicious drink that I'm making. But it's going to take 12 hours to make. Yeah. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. Thank you, Papa Squirrel, for creating this. I can't wait to continue on with more questions. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see everybody else's videos. And yeah, I'm wishing you guys a great rest of your day. If you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittensweetsandtarot.com. I have a lot of different types of readings. Like I had mentioned before, I have my mediumship, I have scrying, I have conjumancy, bone readings, my tarot readings, of course, and Lenormand, and so on and so forth. I have my Wally's World Oracle. I have pendants that I make, bracelets, salves, magical sprays. Go ahead and go check it out. But if you want some more witchy goodness, check out Desert Cauldron. It's all one word on Etsy. It's run by me and James Zorber at Light of Riga. We have handmade one-of-a-kind items for your one-of-a-kind witchy practice. You can also check us out on Instagram at desert.cauldron. Come dance in the desert with us. Over at Desert Cauldron. Yeah, all my other information is down below for my newsletter, for my Patreon, and all the goodies that are over there for my Leon Mystery School where I teach Mayan astrology. And yeah, all of the good stuff. So I will catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Happy Vlogmas, Tarot Vlogmas 2021. Peace out.